Hello there, how are you doing? So we have been able to get the random code. The next step is to append that to this section, right? Okay, so how do we get that? Let's go to the HTML page, and as you can see, the H1, this is where we want to populate the code title, right? So its name is code body. Okay, so let's take that, and now instead of console log, in fact, let's leave it as it is. So what I can do is again begin with the $, jQuery way, and then I want to take this target this element, right, the heading, and then what I want to do is I want to add the HTML. I could write text, but I like using HTML, so we can format the text, add some bold text, whatever, later if you want to. Okay, so use HTML, and then what I want to populate there is this thing, current code, but not the entire object, right? Current code title, that's the one we want to populate. Okay? So that's great. Now same with the author, we want to populate the author, which is currently empty. Now let's do that again, $, and then let's target this element p tag, and here also we want to add some HTML, which will be current code objects author dot. Okay, so title and author. Awesome. What else we can do? Let's give it a try. It should work now. Refresh. Let's wait for the data to load. Okay, now as you can see, it works. We get the title, we get the author. Again, randomly generated codes. News. Pretty cool, right? Now this is still disabled. So next we implement this tweet feature. Okay, so that's awesome. So let's do and fix that up as well. So what have we named this button? We have named tweet code, right? So let's take that, this anchor text, which is holding the button style. Okay, so what we can do is we can again do the same thing, and then we target this element, and then what we want to do is we want to modify its attribute, right? The attribute, which means the href, and we learn about modifying the property of the element in the jQuery section as well, if you remember. So in this case, what we're going to use, we're going to use attribute. Okay, we get to use this attribute method in jQuery, which will change the attribute of the element. Okay, so in this case, the attribute that we're targeting is href. Okay, that's the link, and then where do we want that link to take us? Okay, so we want that link to take us to this URL. So this URL is simply twitter.com/intent tweet and question mark text equals to. So this is if you go to Google Twitter developers page, you get this information. Okay, so simply we want to tweet the text, tweet, and the text we specify what we want. Now in this case, that would be, we can append using the plus sign, and then we can say current code title. That's what we want, right? Current code title. If you want the author as well, you can do that too. You can use this operator, and then maybe a space or maybe dash. Okay, and then again use plus and give the current code author. Okay, this is provided by Twitter, and then we are just appending what we want to tweet equals to the URL parameter, we passing the title and the author. Okay, now, okay, so make sure you got all this right. Okay. Just use the dot. So this is the ending here. This is this first attribute was href. We end here, and then we start another attribute because we need to add another attribute. We need to modify, and that is the target. Okay, so its target will be underscore blank, because when people click on this button, we don't want to load the page here. We want to open a new window so that people are still in our application and they can tweet because the tweet will open up a new window. Okay, so that is the benefit of using dot blank. Otherwise it would open on the same page. Okay, so we added another attribute, target blank. Okay, now we can add another one more attribute, that is the one we have disabled, set to disabled by default. We have to change that. Another attribute. Now this time it's about disabled attribute, which we want to set to false. Set to false means disabled is no longer disabled. So disabled is, if you say true, it will always be disabled. So disabled false means it's not disabled. Okay, so let's save it. So as you can see, we have we specified 3 different attributes. First one is href. We gave a new href to this anchor tag, this tweet code. We gave a new href, which is this Twitter URL, and we append the text that we want to tweet. And then we added another attribute, target blank, open a new window. Another attribute, disable, we set it to no disabled. Okay, now let's give it a try. Refresh. Now it's disabled. As soon as we get the tweet, it is no longer disabled because we set it to disable false. So disable is not disabled. Okay, so pretty cool. If you click, it opens up in a new window. You get the title and the URL, and using this dot we had. Okay, so it's pretty amazing. It opened up in a new window, as you saw. Okay, that's cool. Now you could simply tweet, but I'm not going to tweet that. So that's cool. There's one more thing left, that is, for example, it was show me from the beginning, but once it is loaded, once the data is loaded, show me, it still says show me, and that's fine. But what I like to do is I would like to change the text. So once it is loaded, I want to maybe say show me one more or something like that. So what we can do is we can use what's the name of this? Okay, so this button I gave this class name read. Okay, so we can target that. Okay, so using the $, let's target that read element, and let's set its HTML to something different. Let's say show me one more. Operation setting, changing the attributes, and changing these codes, changing the disabled status. All this is happening only when the this read button is clicked. Okay, when this is clicked, the data is loaded and all this is happening. Now we get the new this text heading is replaced by this new data. We have the this paragraph tag for author. Before it was nothing. Now we can see the author name. In fact, let's just comment out. Okay, all right, so let's comment out so that we can come back if we need to and have a look. All right, so that's pretty much it. Very, very simple, very few lines of code, and you build this super cool application. Okay, news, random, tweet. You can tweet. It's pretty cool, right? So this is how you build a super cool application using jQuery with a very few line of code. Okay, so maybe give it a try to do it on your own, because this helps a lot. This helps you targeting the element, getting the data, and generating the random data, and populating, targeting the attributes, changing. Very simple but very, very elegant. Okay, see you.